All right, you got anything?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, buddy. Power Rankings Edition 7. And look who I drug into the show with me here. How's it going, buddy? It's not so funny now, is it?
Oh, man. It was all that shit I talked about Bama, wasn't it? I was due. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I don't understand. What happened to this great offense quarterback we were promised? Mike, I tell you what. I mean, when you're averaging 5 yards a damn completion, it's like, what are we doing? Get Golish back. Get him out of here. That was our offense. Unfortunately, it's in South Florida because we've got no life. I thought last year we did it because of Milton, but nope. Doesn't matter who's at quarterback. We're going to go back to the old 5-yard out routes and then wonder why the God we lose to freaking Arkansas.
Did you get Milton flashbacks? Because I know I did when game on the line. I mean, you simply have to throw the football. Who cares if you throw an interception? It's over anyway. And Nico runs out of bounds like we have seen Milton do.
Yes, I mean, I don't want to put it all on the kid, but that was a pretty damning, situation there. 6 seconds, I thought, hey, we got a timeout. Why don't we do a run or something just to get the first down and then maybe call timeout? But I thought that was a little too risky. And I was like, you know what? Long as he throws it in the damn end zone, we have a shot to win this thing. But nope. Went freaking Ole Miss on us, with Joe Milton. Oh, my gosh, Mike. I just can't believe it. What
Thoughts
happened?
on letting Arkansas score a touchdown at the end? I thought that was the right call.
That was the right call, but it shouldn't have been down to that. They ain't got a quarterback. They're down a kicker. We reminded 50,000 times. The running back's banged up, and we're wondering if we should let them score a touchdown so we can watch this prolific offense go down the field in a minute. Yeah, they've got 14 points on the board, Mike. I don't know what we're doing here, man. I don't know what this is. I mean, we hyped this damn team up as they were God's gift of football and offense. They're going to write books about how awesome Josh Heupel is. But I'm at the end of this game, Mike. I'm wondering, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, what the fuck are we so happy about?
Steven says that's what you get for picking Mizzou.
Yeah.
Mitchell says, is Tennessee and Alabama SEC ready?
God. I tell you, this is a bad day to be top 25, man. I was watching them all. Michigan failed. USC failed. They all failed. So, hey, I whatever. Again,
Four of the top 11 fell today, Shane. And I saw someone in the comments here. Let me try to bring you up because this is all negative.
Yeah.
Which it probably should be. But let me try to bring you up just for a brief moment. Someone said, hey, this is 2007 all over again. For anybody that doesn't remember, that was LSU lost twice, won the national championship. Mm-hmm. Teams like South Florida reached number 2 somehow. Like, it was just wild. It was crazy. Could this just be part 2 of that, to where, I mean, Alabama just got their ass handed to them by Vanderbilt. I mean, this ain't your Papaw's SEC. You know what? This ain't even your uncle's SEC. This is a new age SEC.
That's correct, Mike. That's correct. And we still control our own destiny here in Knoxville. We just got to beat Alabama and Georgia, so then we're in, right? So, yeah, I tell you what, man, I get it. This isn't the Papaw's team. We do have some forgiveness, and we got a couple mulligans, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We all been golfing. We all had that extra golf ball in our pocket we dropped. That's what we're going to have to do here in Knoxville. Just drop that ball, get back home, try to pull off a miracle. I don't know. Florida's actually playing good football now, so
right.
In that half marathon, I'm actually having to Google where the hell they're at.
Yeah, so I got Tennessee's schedule up here. So Florida, again, that's always dicey. Florida's won 2 in a row. Of course, Alabama doesn't look as beatable anymore, but then Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Georgia, and at Vanderbilt, who may be the best damn team Tennessee faces from here on out. But
yeah,
what's your confidence level that Tennessee even makes a playoff now?
From 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely 1, I'd say 4 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's high. That's higher than I thought you'd go.
I rounded up 3.5. That's where I'm really at. So I still think, again, did we learn something? If you can show improvement, Mike, and I feel like we took a little bit of a step back this week, obviously, but what do we do next week with Florida coming to town? It's like we have no downfield presence, and for this team to really work, you got to get the football down the football. I think we threw it. We took 2 long shots, and one of them hit. You know what I'm saying? One of them was in a 60-minute or 60-second drive. I know, Mike.
I'm just drinking while you're talking. Go ahead. Sorry about that, boss.
I'm venting, old school Shane would have went to Lowe's and walked around. I don't know. It's kind of late. Probably went to Walmart.
This is a team that is just defense and running the ball with a $8 million quarterback. How the hell does that happen?
Mike, it seems like the strategy is like, well, let's just play field position. When did you made an instant comment that Coach Stoops was coaching this damn football team, and I was like, he's right. What? Where's the old gambler at that we used to have? I don't know.
Game on the line. What would it was like 4th and 3.
Yeah,
I get it. Less than ideal field position, but you're supposed to be a champion.
Yeah.
You can't be. We rip Mark Stoops' ass for punting. We got to rip Josh Heupel's ass for punting too. Like, what in the hell are we doing? You getting 4? I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was like 4th and 4, something like that.
Yeah.
You get. Again, Arkansas defense, let's give them credit. It's not like they suck or anything like that, but I think you gotta go for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I doubt Heupel's listening right now, but I hope he is. And I'm going to tell him right now he needs to go get those testosterone numbers checked because them balls, man, he needs a shot. That's what he needs because I have never seen such passive play calling from my coach before in my life. We've got the quarterback that we wanted. He is a little bit of everything. Now, is he perfect? No, he's young. He's still got some learning to do. But it felt like we did helped him out zero during this football game, Mike, and that comes back down to coaching.
Yeah. So maybe it wasn't a genius coaching move by Heupel to just run it against Oklahoma. Maybe that's just the offense, and he was just running what he knows.
That's exactly running for his damn life. I mean, at this rate, he's going to get banged up. I mean, he was already grabbing his ribs and everything. I mean, he will not survive playing like this. And I'm not saying the offense. The line I felt like did good, at times, but again, it just felt like I don't even know. I don't even know what the damn strategy was today, Mike.
They're calling him Low T Heupel in the comments.
Low T, that's it. That's it, man. I tell you, I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Bill says Mike is 4 sheets in and Shane is catching up.
Oh, buddy. I tried to I quit about halfway through. I knew I was going to get bad, and I knew there was a chance I was going to have to jump on here. So
what does this mean for Arkansas? Again, I mean, any shot in hell we're firing Sam Pittman. I mean, that seems like a joke now.
Yeah.
Again, A&M looks like one of the best teams in the damn country. Took them down to the wire, could have beat them. Next game, we got 2 weeks to prepare. We got LSU coming to town. I continue to say, and LSU will be, I believe, coming off the Ole Miss game. Yeah, so, again, you're catching LSU at the right time.
Yeah.
You might be catching Ole Miss at the right time. Ole Miss will be looking ahead to Georgia, coming off Oklahoma. I mean, this is lining up pretty good for Arkansas.
Arkansas is a good football team, Mike. I've been saying it. I don't know. I got made fun of. I got picked on. I got called names because I said Arkansas was a good football team. Stop putting them up on a pedestal. But it's like they should have beat Oklahoma State. They should have beat Texas A&M, which we found out is probably a top 5-10 team right now.
Yeah.
And now they knocked off top 4 Tennessee. There's a real shot that this program is undefeated at this moment, and it's not people aren't storming the field because they were expecting to win this football game. Yes, your quarterback got banged up, you got some injuries, but guess what, Mike? You got a bye week. It couldn't come at a better time. Arkansas is eating high on the hog, pun intended, brother.
Is Vandy the real team in Tennessee?
Right now, I would favor Vanderbilt if they're playing this weak-ass football team right now.
2 weeks to prepare. You look this rusty. You look all your guys are injured. How's everybody injured off a bye week?
Yeah, I mean, my hat's off to the offense of Arkansas. They weren't flashy, but they played keep away. They did exactly what works against this Tennessee offense, and that's just keeping them off the football field. They opened up with a 9-minute drive, and of course we'll get to recaps tomorrow. But I just felt like hats off to Arkansas. They won this football game. Tennessee
They should have been up like 14-0 when they were up 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tennessee had a moment. They had a brief moment where they really could have opened this thing up, but what did we do? We cowered and handed it off.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Shane, because when Tennessee, what was it, 14-3?
Yep.
I was thinking, no chance, Arkansas. Arkansas's broke.
Yeah.
Then they reeled off, like 16 straight points, something like that. And, hey, credit Arkansas.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's, again, Arkansas should get the credit. I don't think Tennessee should get the blame in this one. Arkansas should get the credit.
Yep.
They showed up. They played both sides
With
of the ball.
a backup quarterback.
Special teams. They just did great, man. They did absolutely flawless football, and that's what they do. That's what they and I told you there's going to be a game where they don't have mistakes, where they don't have those turnovers, and I just kind of felt like it was going to happen this week because it always happens against Tennessee, and that's exactly what happened. If there was no turnovers, if this team was playing efficient from week 1 to now, again, they'd be undefeated.
Right. So now that we've said all that, though, Shane,
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee was just holding the playbook back for Florida, right?
Yeah, this is chess. Heupel's a genius. I don't know why we doubt him. He just wanted, you know what it was? He doesn't want to go to the SEC championship, and I don't blame him. Who wants to add extra football game when you could take a bye?
Yeah, there's no reason to play in it. I'll be quite honest with you. You know what?
That's right. Well, we talked about it, man. There's going to be several 2-loss football teams in this conference. There's going to be maybe a handful of 1-loss football teams. But I tell you what, you can never take a Saturday off. I mean, there is no way in hell you can overlook any opponent in this conference today.
Mm-hmm. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, how surprised are you by Tennessee losing to Arkansas? 10 being the most, one being not at all.
I would say 7.5. This was a pretty big one. 8 maybe. I really thought Arkansas would give us a fit. I thought this would be a good football game, but I never in my mind thought. In fact, I put more money on this. I probably shouldn't have done that. It was my fault. But I was like, 14 points. Come on now, you know.
But compare that to Vanderbilt, Alabama. That's a 10, right?
Oh, Vanderbilt's a 10. That will never happen again in our lifetime. Just the magnitude of difference that we have with Vanderbilt, where they are currently ranked, and Alabama being number 1 in the country. Yeah, you'll never see that again in our lifetime.
But now, vice versa, Tennessee, we are always a game away from waiting for this to happen. And I tried to talk about it all week, and people are like, "You stupid bastard!" You know, they're gonna rip and I bought into it. You know, they're gonna rip. I really thought that they would win comfortably in this football game, but everything you said about Arkansas too is, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to Arkansas, but I just didn't know how much gas they had left in the tank after battling, and credit to them. Yeah. They had more gas than Tennessee, who was coming off a bye, and Arkansas's quarterback got injured. They were running a backup quarterback. Or excuse me, backup running back late in that game. I mean, God, he was a damn bulldozer back here. Looked like Jerome Bettis, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like, where they been hiding this big bastard, you know?
And that's 4 in a row, Shane. 4 in a row, Arkansas over Tennessee. So that's the team you don't want in the SEC championship.
No. I thought about this in the Texas game a while back. That was a huge game, but this one by a landslide was much better.
And I'm trying to look it up in real time. Let me see if they updated it. I believe they do it instantaneous. So Texas A&M, number 1 in the SEC. So we've got 3 teams right now, Shane, undefeated in the SEC. Can you name off the top of your head?
A&M.
Yeah.
In the SEC. I'm trying to think, man. Texas.
Texas, and then one more.
LSU.
Yeah, you nailed it. So, point being, I mean, outside of Texas, no one had those as the top 3 teams.
No.
But that's where we are early October, and we've got about 10 teams with 1 loss. So it is a log jam right there behind A&M, Texas, and LSU. It's going to be a wild show, a wild season, Shane, with right now Georgia and Arkansas are right there. They're each 2-1 in the SEC. So Arkansas and Georgia are on equal footing right now in the SEC. That's incredible. But man, this is going to be a wild. The only teams that are kind of out of it, Auburn 0-3, Mississippi State 0-2. Everybody else 1-1 or 1-2.
It's going to be a damn dog. It's going to be a dog fight all the way to the very end. And I love it. I love it because it makes, everybody's afraid that the expansion is going to make this mean less during the season, but I'm telling you what, I'm seeing a dog race between a handful of football teams that are just scratching and clawing to get into the playoffs.
And based on what we just saw today, Shane,
Yeah.
I'm already seeing it in the comments. They're already warring. This is going to be great. We got Texas.
Yeah.
We got Oklahoma. Everybody and their damn mother is going to be picking Texas unless you're an Oklahoma fan. Oklahoma beating Texas, in my mind, that's less of an upset than Vanderbilt beating Alabama and Arkansas beating Tennessee. Would you agree?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is we can't write anything off.
No.
I mean, that would be an upset, but again, I don't think it would be a massive upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. And I agree with you.
Of course. Because this is a brilliant point. That's why.
Yeah, you're so smart, man. You know who's not smart? Josh Heupel. No, I'm just kidding. Kid, I'm sure he is deep down inside. After he gets his testosterone shot,
Low T. Apple.
yeah, low T Heupel, come out here and let him hang, son.
All right. So, Shane, we're 15 minutes in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the power rankings. Are you going to stay on or are you jumping off?
No, I'll let you do your thing, man. I appreciate you letting me come on here and vent. But yeah, shit, it's college football. As Kirby said, that's the SEC. Welcome to the SEC. That's
Just
what he
riding the
said.
waves. You know what?
Absolutely, kids. I'll see you. It's fun. It's not been real fun, honestly. Woo pig. Sam, I still love you. You better come to our booth next year. I don't know how to get out of here.
All right, so there he was, Cousin Shane. He wanted to do that, and I said, "Hell, you don't even have to do this." I didn't even ask him to do it. I didn't think he'd show up, but a good sport he is. So on with the power rankings. If this is your first time, I'll usually say this right off the top. I'll just say it here though. This is if Team A meets Team B on a neutral field. Who am I taking to win the football game? That's the only metric that I use for these power rankings. Number 16, Mississippi State. No change. You were off. 15, Florida. You kept Billy Napier from getting fired tonight, beating Central Florida. I'm not going to move you up for doing that. That's meaningless to me. Number 14, Auburn. You showed some heart. Actually pushed, I don't want to say pushed Georgia, but hung with Georgia for about a half of football and just kind of wilted there, which we all expect you to do. So Auburn, you're 14th, 0-3 in league play. You're dead to me. 13, Mizzou. Yes, not Mizzou. Mizzou. I'm calling them Mizzou until they actually do something this season. They've done nothing to impress me. At Texas A&M just whooped their ass up and down the football field. 13 is Mizzou. 12, Oklahoma. No change. They're on the bye week. Broke my heart, South Carolina. You're number 11. You regressed big time here. South Carolina got absolutely hammered by Ole Miss, and if not for a couple miscues by Ole Miss, this would have been even more lopsided. What was I'm trying to look at final score here, but it doesn't really matter because you got your ass hammered at home to a team 27-3 to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a good team. Ole Miss is kind of who we thought they were, but they sure as hell weren't last week. And South Carolina had an opportunity to put that nail in Ole Miss, and instead they've just kept Ole Miss alive. So I'm borderline writing South Carolina off at this point because next week they get Alabama, who's going to be mad as hell. So I just don't know what to make of South Carolina. I think they got some nice pieces, but very undisciplined. I don't like the plan on offense. Number 10, LSU. They were off. I think they're pretenders, but we'll find out more about them next week. Arkansas, number 9. Maybe I should move Arkansas up a little bit higher here, but very impressive. Whooping Tennessee on the line of scrimmage, dominating time of possession. Again, we kind of already covered all that, but hell of a win. Probably the best win of because when they beat Texas, Texas was not that good. This is the best win of the Sam Pittman era. That was great to see. Number 8, Ole Miss, jumped them up a couple spots after waxing South Carolina's ass. Ole Miss, LSU, that's going to be a hell of a game next weekend, and that'll tell us who both these teams are. I'll write off the loser. I'll tell you that now. LSU, Ole Miss, the loser's getting written off. Number 7, Kentucky, you were off, but hell, you took it to Ole Miss, so I'm keeping you there. 6, Tennessee, big drop for them Vols. What the hell was that? Come on, Tennessee, get your head out of your ass. That was a pathetic performance. I can't get over how bad they looked in that game. I mean, they got dominated for about all but the third quarter. So you lose 3 quarters on the road at Arkansas, playoff hopes in front of you. still got playoff hopes, but not if you play like that. I think they were reading their press clippings a little too much. Tennessee got a little exposed today. You know who didn't get exposed? Texas A&M, the number one fan base and stadium and traditions and everything else about the SEC and, quite frankly, the country. Texas A&M's running the ball at will on people in the SEC. Connor Wigman looked like the guy we were all hyping up in the offseason. Mike Elko, maybe coach. I think he is SEC Coach of the Year as of today. So give me Texas A&M number 5. Probably have them too low because I got Alabama that just got dog whipped by Vanderbilt at number 4. We'll see if this is a fluke or not. I would love to write Alabama off, but I don't know. We'll see. That, quite frankly, they had there was no excuses for losing that game, but they got dominated for 4 quarters by Vanderbilt, and they, quite frankly, got dominated by Georgia for 3. So they're on a streak of about 7 quarters getting dominated. So Alabama may be a complete fraudster. We'll see. Vanderbilt, number 3. I can't completely write off Alabama if I'm saying Vanderbilt's number 3. My God, you've earned it. People think I'm smoking drugs over here. Not the case. Drinking a lot of whiskey, but that's it. Because Vanderbilt, you have earned your flowers today. I love this team. I love the approach here. They were not afraid. They took it to Alabama's ass, and they're going to keep gaining more and more confidence as the season comes along. Come on, Vanderbilt. You're number 3. Georgia, number 2. Nice rebound. Unlike Alabama, who sleptwalked through their game, you didn't sleepwalk, took care of business. Still mighty Georgia, in my opinion. Even though Carson Beck is looking a little shaky each week. I'm not sold on him. Never quite was, to be honest with you, along with so many others. But I think he's solid, but I think he's overrated. But maybe he just doesn't have the pieces around him that he did last year. That's a fair critique. And then Texas, you've done nothing to earn number 1 in my book. Michigan just lost. That win looks even worse. But you have been dominant. But the only SEC team you played is the dog shit team in the league, and you didn't even look that impressive. So you're basically won by default. That's what I'm going to call Texas. I'll call them default for the next week. We'll learn more about them this week when they play Oklahoma. That is a real SEC team. But until further notice, we got Texas number 1. So any questions here? Take questions for a couple minutes here. Yeah, exactly. You gotta earn it. Exactly. When LSU beats Ole Miss next weekend, we number 1? No, LSU be moving that ass, or excuse me, Ole Miss will be moving back. That's what will be happening. If LSU wins, they're probably maybe 6, 5 or 6. No, probably 6 if they win. That's a big if. I think they'll be underdogs in that game. We'll see. Let's see. Why is Vanderbilt 3? They just whooped Alabama's ass. What are we talking about here? But Arkansas is only 10. Arkansas didn't look that good. They were dominant and they were up 3-0. You've already lost 2 games. Oklahoma State's not a good team. Got dominated by Texas A&M. Yeah, Arkansas's 10. I think that's fair. Maybe even a little high. Could have even put them down a spot or 2. Any other questions here? Who else wants a thrashing? How many Cracker Barrel trips will it take for Cousin Shane to recover from the Vol loss? Probably about 98 trips to Cracker Barrel, and he'll start to think about, what do I think the spread will be? Vandy, Kentucky. Probably Kentucky. That's in Lexington, right? Kentucky by 6. Probably be the spread, if I had to guess. Superfly. Mike, where's Shane? He was on here for about 20 minutes. You missed it. If Oklahoma beats Texas, are we top 5? Probably not. It would just mean Texas is completely fraudulent, and they would have to move up. If Oklahoma beats them, they'd probably be top 8, probably about 7, 8. Who else we got? Tim, I appreciate you, Tim. When Ole Miss whoops LSU's ass, is Ole Miss number 1? No, that wouldn't be the case either. It would not be the case either. But Ole Miss will continue. I think Ole Miss is a playoff team. They showed that today. Liquid says, let's see Vanderbilt's schedule. Let's see how far they can go. They could go far. Hell, if they can whoop Alabama's ass. They got next week, they got at Kentucky. That's a winnable game. Ball State, easy win. Texas, you own Texas. That's a win. At Auburn, come on. Hugh Freeze, he sucks. That's a win. South Carolina, toss up. At LSU, that'll be tricky. And Tennessee, loss. So, I mean, Vanderbilt's looking at 9-3 here. 9-3 is probably getting them on the playoff bubble. Probably not getting them in, though. That would be my guess here. Most impressive, yeah, we kind of already covered this already, but someone says most impressive win, Vanderbilt, A&M, or probably A&M, because A&M opened a damn can of whoop ass on a top 10 team. I think I saw somewhere it was the biggest win over a top 10 opponent at home Texas A&M has ever had. So A&M most impressive, Vanderbilt most shocking, and Arkansas damn good win for sure. Nothing, no shade there, but I think the other two maybe a little bit better. Georgia should be number 1. Get the hell out of here with that. They've done nothing to show that. Come on. I don't even think they beat the spread against Auburn. Where's Cousin Shane? He's already on here. Skip to the beginning. Anything else here? Let's see. When will you admit Texas runs the SEC? When they beat someone other than dog shit Mississippi State. You don't get flowers for... Who has Texas played? Let's see. They have played, let's see, dog shit. Well, Michigan's not dog shit, but they're like cat shit, dog shit, dog. Yeah, no, run the SEC. What are we talking about here? How about you play a road conference game, which apparently you don't have to do till damn near November. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever be admitting that because it'll never be the case. Is Kentucky slept on? Certainly. Kentucky may have the best damn defense in the SEC. I don't know what in the hell happened to them against South Carolina, but they're coming along. They're coming along really well. Is the whole SEC fraudulent? No, I think the whole SEC is good, except for Mississippi State, Florida, and Auburn. And even Auburn we could throw in there, I think is actually pretty good. They're just cursed or something, like they hired a demon for a head coach and the devil's paying them back or something. But the rest of them are all good, I think. This is the emergency podcast after Arkansas, good sir. Guess you missed the beginning. Could Bama lose 3-4 more? Let's see. 3 or 4 more? Probably not. But 2 more? Let's throw up Alabama's schedule. Could they lose 2 more? Tennessee, I mean, who knows? Tennessee looked like dog shit today. But that's a losable game. At LSU, perhaps. At Oklahoma, I don't know. Of course, Vanderbilt just beat them, but I think 2 at most for it. Could not see Alabama losing 3 or 4, as funny as that would be. I give them 2 more losses. Is Florida at Tennessee less of a game? No, it's even more of it. See, here's the beauty of the 12-team playoff. Now Tennessee's lost. Florida, it not necessarily was a must-win. Now it's a must-win because you can't be losing to teams like that. I don't even think Tennessee should be ranked if they lose to Florida. Like Florida's that bad at home, particularly. So, all right. What else we got here? You think Tennessee stays 20-point favorites? I don't honor lines until Sunday. So the lines that whatever your early lines, people don't even let you really bet on those. I think it's like $50. They'll let you bet $100. Nothing more than that. So I don't really honor any of those lines, to be honest with you. But Tennessee will probably be like a 13-point favorite, I would think. Cousin Shane says, if Tennessee played Arkansas 9 more times, Tennessee wins 9 more times. A la Hugh Freeze. Appreciate that, Cousin Shane. That's awesome. Anything else here? We're pushing 30 minutes. It's usually when I start tapping out. Arkansas top 25. They should be. Look like it tonight. What about that defense, man? That defense was killer. Now, see, I take into consideration players getting hurt and things like that. I don't know Taylor Green's availability. I know the polls really don't. I think they kind of should. But if Taylor Green's not the quarterback, I wouldn't say they're not top 25. I'd be honest with you. Let's see. Anything else here before I jump off? Got a question here. What's your prediction for Auburn's test for the year? I think he's saying rest of the year. Auburn for the rest of the year. I mean, just lost to Georgia, as we all thought they would. Hell, they could beat Missouri the way Missouri's been playing, but I still would favor Missouri. Kentucky, I favor Kentucky. Vanderbilt, favor Vanderbilt. They'll beat ULM. Oh, God, to A&M, Alabama. I mean, if Auburn wins 5 games, it's at this point, that's a win. That's a win right there. That is a win, which is pretty pathetic. But recruiting, they're recruiting well. Hugh's really good at lying to high schoolers, so give him that. Drake on the hot seat. Probably should be. Probably should be after that performance. Spread for South Carolina at Alabama. Alabama by 14, probably, if I had to say. Super's here. Anything else? I'm about to jump off here. Watch folks start saying LSU's in a playoff conversation and all these teams lost and the Tigers got a bye. I think LSU's already in the SEC. If you're undefeated in the SEC, you're in playoff consideration. So that's not a surprise. Michael Ashley, what a day. Thanks for all the coverage. Hotty toddy. Ole Miss is back in the playoff contention, I'll tell you that, after today's performance. Ole Miss is alive and well. Lane Kiffin not going to Florida. I don't think so. All right, last one. Adam Blackley here. Most anticipated game next week. Let's go to the schedule here for next week. I mean, I think I already know. I think it's Texas, Oklahoma, but it's not Missouri, UMass. Not anymore. Mississippi State, Georgia, not it. Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU, probably Ole Miss, LSU. Yeah, that's probably the most anticipated. Texas, Oklahoma, I think heavily favors Texas, obviously, but that'll be cool as they're both SEC. And Vanderbilt, Kentucky. So I'll go Ole Miss, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas, Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Those are the top 3 games. I don't know if I want to even watch Tennessee, Florida. Both those teams they're dead to me. But all right, hey, that's all I got. I think I'm gonna jump off here. But yep, we'll be back Sunday evening to recap all these games in full display. We did 3 emergency pods, so go check those out if you missed any of them. Real quick, let me run down the power rankings one last time. Default number 1, Georgia 2, Vanderbilt 3, Alabama 4, Texas A&M 5, Tennessee 6, Kentucky 7, Ole Miss 8, Arkansas 9, LSU 10, South Carolina 11, Oklahoma 12, Mizzou 13, Auburn 14, Florida 15, and Mississippi State 16. That's your Week 7 SEC power rankings.